Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Amalgam Ash and today we're going to review noisiest box ever. The Premier GripCD CD slot smartphone mount. This is another one of those really cheap items. It said that I saved $4.32. There is no way I would have paid $9.87 for this thing. Just no way, at least I don't think there is. Inside of that box we have two pieces. We have this fellow here, which is looking very, I don't know. I don't like how that looks at all. The idea is that this goes into your CD tray in your car. I've never seen one of these before in my life. Have you? Is this popular? Do you use one of these? Have you ever even considered mounting your smart device from your CD player? Do you even have a CD player? Is my car so old that nobody has such a thing anymore? It looks like it's got some magnets in it. I don't know if those are magnetic actually. But I will say this, the smartphone holder itself actually looks pretty cool. It looks a little bit more complicated. There's a lot more to it. It's a little bit more robust. It's spring-loaded. Now, full disclosure, I was playing around with this and I broke it. Almost to the point of no return, but since I'm a little bit mechanically inclined, I was able to put it back together. And it's a little bit too easy to break. And I'm going to explain to you how you can break it so that you don't do it as well, but check it out. You've got a switch right here on the side, and when you push it, those come out. It's a spring release. What I don't like is that the spring is holding the tension open, and it's being kept from doing that until you hit the button. What needs to happen is that the spring should want to close, or at least the mechanism should be designed so that by default it will want to close. If that spring fails, or if the button is pushed while you are driving or using this, then this will open and your device will fall out. So that's already kind of a flaw in my opinion, but I digress. It's fun to push back in and it's fun to open up. I wish it wouldn't creak like that. But maybe it's only creaking like that because I broke it first. This little, yeah, that flips down, that little lever, and what that is supposed to do is hold your phone. And now you can squeeze the arms around it and give it a nice little snug fit. And then that works out very well. It's very, very comfortable. I could probably use this with my my setup in other ways, because I have a few devices now, all of which I've reviewed on the channel, that have this sort of ball mount system. The ball just pops right in there, and then you screw it into place with the threaded bushing. That's it. We are all installed and ready to go. Now the way that I broke it, so don't do this, do not try this at home, is so we push the button to remove our smart device. I guess that's why you've got that. I still don't, you know what, I'm just whining. The way that I broke it was that when I opened this up, I pulled on it. I did that on purpose because it seemed like it might want to come down further. And it does pretty easily, and when it does, the side splits open, and when that happens, the part that holds the spring mechanism in place comes loose. So don't do that. Padding on the back feels really nice. It's tough. The whole thing is built fairly well, except for the aforementioned lever device breaking it. And then the back. This puzzled me for a second because there is something you can turn on the bottom, and I didn't know what was possibly turning, but it turns out that takes and lifts the center. It makes it uneven. So the purpose of that is you stick it into your CD drive in your car, and then you turn that and it will pry itself in there, wedge itself in there really strong. We're going to give it a strength test and see how it does, and then you'll be able to see all the different angles and everything from down below. This is a little bit rubbery. It's kind of a pliable. I like that. I think that we've got a magnet right here. No, it's not a magnet. I don't know what that is. Maybe a sensor to keep the CD tray from, I don't know. I got no idea. I like the construction though, and I do like This part, it's a little weak, but as long as I don't break it again, it'll be fine, and it can be used with other parts of my setup. But I have paid $9 for it. Alright, it's the moment of truth. This is just going to go right into my CD player. Maybe. Alright, it's much easier to take the other guy off first. It's definitely a snug fit. Now we're looking at a problem. Problem being, there's no clearance. No clearance for that nut to come up. Destroy my CD player from the inside out. Well, he's not coming out, that is for dang sure. Without having the clearance though, to be able to bring this guy up over the ball and screw into place, this is just going to swivel all over the place. It's not even going to hold itself up, which means this is effectively useless. Let's try turning it upside down. Turning it upside down will not work either, because now there's no clearance for the thumb wheel. Well, that sucks. This would work a lot better if I didn't have this beveled out area for my CD player. So that means, unfortunately, that I can't use it and that it's worthless to me at this moment. Having said that, I'm gonna keep it because at some point I should be able to own a vehicle where this will fit. It doesn't have any problem going into the CD slot, it just has a problem with the parts that come out and where they're supposed to hold everything and keep everything oriented. This thing is pretty cool. It breaks super easy, so word of advice, if you do get one of these and it's built the same way, you know, because they build the exact same item and they throw it in 18 different packages to insinuate that it's 18 different companies selling it, and you flip open this bottom tray, don't try to flip it past the L shape where it naturally stops, or you will pry open the bottom and you will have all sorts of trouble. Now I could break this thing open and show you what's inside because I've already had to mess with it to the extreme, and it's actually really cool. It's actually also very simple to put back together if you do break it, if you're mechanically inclined. If you're not though, I would not recommend it. This is going to make for a pretty interesting addition, I think, to my collection of mounts and things that hold the camera and put the camera in different positions in different places. So I don't mind that. That's the end of the field test. Alright, this stupid thing has broken again. I mounted it to my suction cup to see if that would at least allow me to test the carriage, and the carriage works just fine, but unfortunately the lever over here did not want to release my smart device from the grips. So when I lifted my smart device gently out of the top, that forced the bottom ledge downward, which resulted in it splitting up the side. So it's broken once again. I'm done with it. If only they had put a couple of screws on the back, on the bottom, just like they did with the top, to keep that sort of thing from happening, this thing wouldn't be a total piece of junk, but here we are. Well, there's only one way to deal with something like this. And that's super glue. That ought to do it, I think. We'll let that dry, and hopefully he can become a usable member of society again. But you thought I was just going to bust it up? Have you not met me? I'm frugal. That's it. That's the review. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you have any kinds of devices or anything that you would actually like to see me review, I don't know why you would. But I'm always on the lookout for cheap things that have to do with holding your smartphone and mounting it in unusual ways, especially if they're cheap, and I like buying them, and even if it's just a few bucks while I'm out and about, I'll pick them up, and it's easy content. Let me know, link me some stuff, and I'll just go buy it. Does that sound like a fair deal? I'll buy the stuff, I'll credit you if you sent me the link. I'll be like, yeah, Mr. Bob Ross so-and-so 1946 whatever showed me this item and I got it because he recommended it, and then yay. Get your 4 seconds of fame. $5? Yeah, I recommend it for cheap. $10? That's it. I hope you learned something or had some fun. Pass that along, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.